Na 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 na. I'm the motherfucking DOWG. Well, we know the big news of the day. And we've been talking about that for the last week or so. So we're going to talk about it some more today. And there's a couple other things in the news that we can talk about. But we'll see if I get to any of them. Welcome to the show. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night. Stop the music. Good morning, everybody. It's Funky Friday. On the Morning Night Live. Yes. 70s porn music time. I've got my cup of reparations coffee with a little extra cough syrup in it today. Oh. Can you feel it? Can you dig it? Oh yeah, I feel it. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, the ever effervescent Marty, also known as PDawg Night on the internet. Yes, the last boomer is in the house. And we are ready to play. It's Funky Friday on the Morning Night Live, which means all the background music you hear today is going to sound like this. Like this, yes. A little 70s porn vibe for you. But I just like to call it da funk. And it is Friday, May 8th, 2020. I'm so happy y'all are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The house is filling up slowly but surely, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of our old friends in the chat, like we already see many of them already. Speaking of the chat, good morning. And first in the chat today is City Rochelle, who gets the bell. Oh, the bell even worked. I'm so happy because I didn't reset my sound effects this morning, but that's okay. Also, good morning to Grillin' Pirate Pete. Pete, I have a question for you. You tweeted out the beginnings of what looked to be a fine meal that you were preparing on that grill that you do your grilling on, but I never saw the after picture. I didn't see the before. I saw the during, but I never saw the after. So maybe you got to get on that too. Also, good morning to the Reverend Tex Watson. Good morning, sir. Also, good morning, Advocatus Diaboli, the Devil's Advocate, Zombie Teddy, Cynical Lindsay, Gunfox 61, Attack Alpaca. Good morning too. Also, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Also, we got our first super chat of the morning. Let me finish the hellos first, though. Thank you, Cryptic. Also, good morning, Jaeger Pony, Chi-Town J, Select a Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Good morning, Sean DW, and good morning to Cryptic, who's in the super chat right off the excuse me, right off the bat. Let's fix that right now. All right, Cryptic, thank you so much for the $5 super chat through the Streamlabs link in the description down below at pdawgnight.live. Cryptic says, I asked my boss, can I have a week off around Christmas? He growled, it's May. I countered. Oh, it's May. I countered. Sorry, May. I have a week off around Christmas. I ruined the joke because I started that over. I'm going to start over. I asked my boss, can I have a week off around Christmas? He growled, it's May. I countered. Sorry, May I have a week off around Christmas. Yeah, there we go. There's the joke of the day. Also, good morning to Tyler F. I see you just dropped in too. Oh, somebody dropped out. I got people coming and going already. Is the funk too loud? Is that the problem? Do I need to turn the funk down? Maybe that just scared somebody. Maybe that just said ruined. I know, Cryptic. I tried. I must be better. Let me fix this music thing though. And okay, there you go. That's a little better. That's too soft. It's Funky Friday. We gotta have the funk on Friday. I'm trying not to feel bad about this, but you know what? We're gonna have some funk. I'm just gonna talk over it. All right. I think. Oh. All right. Let's get into the news today, because holy moly, there are some unhappy blue check marks on the internet today. Woo! They are mad. Just mad. And I'm like, no, funk is fine. No, Lindsay. No. That's what I do on Fridays. All right, here we go. There's some mad people on the internet. Oh, by the way, thank you, Cindy Rochelle, my dear, and also Cynical Lindsay. In fact, I'm going to like and I'm going to retweet both of you here. Thank you for tweeting out the show this morning. I really appreciate it. And Chi-Town Jay also Mitch the Ripper. And good morning, Donatello Slap the Fellow. Howdy, happy Friday, y'all. Yeah, it's Friday. And you know what that means? You're just gonna have to get through it. It's Funky Friday. Anyway, all right, let's talk about a little bit about the biggest news from yesterday. We've been anticipating this on the show for quite a while. Yes, charges have been dropped against Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Now, the blue check marks are up. Yeah, who cares what idiot check marks right on wants? I'm telling you. But they are just not happy. The Justice Department dropped its case against Michael Flynn on Thursday, citing newly discovered information from the investigation of the former National Security Advisor. These stunning, and now look, if you've been listening to me, I gotta turn it down in my ears though. If you've been listening to this show or watching this show or listening, there's a lot of people talking about this. Tracy Bean and the people I listen to, H.A. Goodman and Hard Bastard and all, and everybody's been talking about it. And every time new information comes out, we're like, okay, how long is it going to take for either the judge to throw this shit out, or for the Justice Department to say, Uncle, I don't think this is a stunning decision. I think this is the only correct decision. But anyway, the stunning decision comes following a series of revelations in recent weeks from an internal review of the Flynn case led by Jeffrey Jensen, the U.S. Attorney for St. Louis. Attorney General William Barr appointed Jensen to review the Flynn investigation after the retired general filed a motion to withdraw a guilty plea he entered on December 1st, 2017, for making false statements to the FBI during an interview on January 24th, 2017. Flynn said in a January 29, 2020 court filing that he regrets pleading guilty in the case, asserting that he did not lie to the FBI. Jensen provided Flynn's lawyers with an FBI memo from early 2017, which showed the Bureau was poised to close an open counterintelligence investigation of Flynn due to a lack of evidence that he had any suspicious ties to Russia. Jensen also discovered a handwritten memo from an FBI official questioning whether the goal of the interview with Flynn was to get him to lie. We've talked about this quite a bit. Good morning, Johnny Hellcat. In order to get him fired or in legal jeopardy. Flynn was interviewed at the White House regarding his phone calls in December 2016 with Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador to the U.S. That was a poorly structured sentence. Oh, okay, in regarding. Okay, yeah. The Russian ambassador to the U.S. At the time of the calls, the FBI had an open counterintelligence investigation against Flynn and 3 other Trump associates. Jensen said in a statement Thursday that recommended to Barr that the case against Flynn be dismissed. Through the course of my review of the General Flynn case, I concluded that the proper and just course was to dismiss the case. I briefed the Attorney General Barr on my findings, advised him on these conclusions, and he agreed, Jensen said. Timothy Shea, the U.S. Attorney in Washington, D.C., said in a court filing Thursday that the FBI interview with Flynn did not have a legitimate investigative basis to the counterintelligence probe. The government has concluded that the interview of Mr. Flynn was untethered to and unjustified by the FBI counterintelligence investigation into Mr. Flynn, Shea said in the filing. The decision to drop the charges against Flynn is certain to prove polarizing. President Trump has long accused prosecutors of mistreating Flynn, while Trump's critics have accused him of improperly meddling in the Justice Department's investigation of his former national security advisor. Now, if you are interested in reading the entire, hearing or reading the entire filing, Tracy Beanz, it's Tracy Beanz. I don't know exactly 100% for sure. I should probably just give you a link to her channel. Maybe if someone in the chat would look up Tracy Bean's channel and put a link to it in the chat. She went through the entire filing to drop the charges. It's very thorough. It has a lot of information. There are some tidbits in it that will make you laugh, I think, as you listen to it. But she goes through the whole thing. It's about a 55-minute video, but definitely worth a listen. I listened to it last night while I was painting a room. Anyway, congressional investigation. Yeah, they need to. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Sorry. All right. Now, let's see. The FBI okay. The FBI opened its investigation on Flynn in August 2016 as part of Crossfire Hurricane, the counterintelligence probe of the Trump campaign. The FBI also investigated Trump campaign advisors Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, and Paul Manafort. Now, it's interesting because Carter Page was first. It's the first one they investigated. That's the whole Steele dossier nonsense. And Carter Page was never charged with anything. Papadopoulos went to jail for 2 weeks, although I could see him getting a pardon. Now, Manafort's charges weren't... Thank you, Gorilla Pirate Pete, for linking Tracy Bean's channel. You can find that on her channel. Just look in the video list there, and it'll be probably really near the top because she just did it yesterday. The investigators, let's see. Oh, Manafort. Let's talk. Manafort really is the only one who has gotten a long jail sentence, and his jail sentence wasn't even for anything that had to do with Russia. His had to do with his own business dealings from 10 years ago. But they all, I guess, who's the other one? Well, is he in jail yet? Roger Stone? I don't even know if he's gone to jail yet. Anyway, investigators initially looked into whether Flynn, the former director of Defense Intelligence Agency under President Obama, was directed and controlled by and or coordinated activities with the Russian Federation. The January 4th, 2017 memo from the FBI said that investigators found no derogatory information regarding Flynn. The FBI investigation of Flynn was kept open, however, at the request of Peter Strzok, who then served as Deputy Chief of FBI Counterintelligence. So let me just explain this a little bit. So they investigated Flynn. They even had this interview with Flynn. After the interview with Flynn, Strzok, who was one of the people interviewing him, and the other agent, even said at the time that they thought Flynn was telling the truth, wasn't saying anything that was untruthful. The FBI was ready to completely close the investigation into Flynn because they had nothing on him. However, and as they were going to close the investigation, this is around the time that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page were text messaging each other, talking about the insurance policy, right? Remember that? Ever remember the insurance policy? Well, Peter Strzok went up to the 7th floor, which is where the main brass of the FBI is, and said, no, we need to keep this open. Now, after they already decided that Flynn didn't do anything wrong. And somehow they come up with something wrong he did later. Anyway, Shay says in the memo that Strzok wanted to keep the investigation open after reviewing transcripts of Flynn's phone calls with Kislyak. But Shay says that Flynn's phone call with Kislyak did not warrant either continuing that existing counterintelligence investigation or opening a criminal investigation. The calls were entirely appropriate on their face, Shay wrote. He asserted that the phone call showed no evidence of an inappropriate relationship between Flynn and Kislyak, and that Flynn acknowledged during his White House interview that his communications with the Russian ambassador were likely monitored. Shay also said that there is no need for the FBI to interview Flynn since investigators had a word-for-word transcript of his conversation. So they went but they still went and interviewed him, even though they had a word-for-word transcript of the conversation and knew that there was nothing nefarious going on. Good morning, Reason Vision. Nice to see you here in the I was going to say in the flesh, but not in the flesh. On the live show. There we go. I had to spit that out. Also, good morning to Richard Cranium. Hello. And also Smarty Bear. What's up? All right. Now, as you know, Strzok was one of the two agents who conducted the January 24th interview with Flynn. Prosecutors also provided Flynn's lawyers with a handwritten note from January 24th, 2017, in which Bill Priestap, Strzok's boss, asked whether the goal of the Flynn interview was to get him to lie to the FBI. Quote, "What is our goal? Truth? Admission? Or to get him to lie so we can prosecute him and get him fired?" Get him to lie. Not see if he will lie, not to catch him in a lie, but get him to lie. The word get is an active verb. It means you are actively trying to get him to lie. With the dismissal, Flynn is now seemingly free from a gag order preventing him from discussing his case. Flynn has spoken out through court filings seeking to withdraw from his plea deal. I can't wait! I can't wait to hear from Michael Flynn, and we'll be hearing from him soon, I'm pretty sure. But anyway. All right, let's talk a little bit about the reactions. There have been some reactions to this. Now, first we'll start with President Trump, who reacted to this yesterday. Here's President Trump on this. Hopefully, I haven't seen this whole video, so hopefully it'll be.
I didn't know that was happening at this moment. I felt it was going to happen just by watching and seeing like everybody else does. He was an innocent man. He is a great gentleman. He was targeted by the Obama administration.
Yep.
And he was targeted in order to try and take down a president.
That's
and
right.
What they've done is a disgrace, and I hope a big price is going to be paid. A big price should be paid. There's never been anything like this in the history of our country. What they did, what the Obama administration did, is unprecedented. It's never happened. Never happened. A thing like this has never happened before in the history of our country. And I hope a lot of people are going to pay a big price because they're dishonest, crooked people. They're scum.
That's
and
right.
I say it a lot. They're scum. They're human
That's
scum.
right.
This should never have happened in this country.
That's right.
All right. So there's President Trump talking about it. Also, Attorney General William Barr also defends his decision to drop the criminal case. Here's Attorney General William Barr. We'll see how long this goes here. Oh, there's a commercial. Well, we'll mute the commercial for now. It'll only be a couple seconds. Anyway, isn't it but odd to have a gag order while you're in prison? Well, he wasn't in prison, I don't think. Not yet. But they're trying to put him in the prison. Who threw Daniel into the lion's den? Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin. That song was stuck in my head yesterday, and I don't even know the words. It's not that song, but that video. The funniest thing ever.
Under scrutiny today after the Justice.
Yeah, now this is CBS's.
Against Michael Flynn, who was President Trump's first national security.
I always take CBS with a grain of salt. Actually,
lying to the
in fact, it here, watch. Watch the chat. There, that's what it should be. CBS.
FBI during the Russia investigation, then renounced his guilty plea before he was sentenced. Barr explained his decision in an exclusive interview with senior investigative correspondent.
I haven't seen this. Oh.
What should America?
Oh, now I didn't realize this was an interview. Can y'all hear the words in this fine, or is the music too loud? I'm just curious. Happens all the time, has happened before. Cue the press showing examples of it happening just to prove Trump is a moron. Oh, okay. Seeing Sean Northfield, yes. Oh, wait, Sean, what is this? Isn't it a bit odd? Oh, okay. It happened. They just. All right, okay.
Americans take away from your actions in the Flynn case today?
I was concerned that people were feeling there were two standards of justice in this country, and that the political and that the justice or the law enforcement process was being used to play political games.
Based on new evidence, the Justice Department said the former National Security Advisor's 2017 FBI interview was unjustified and done without any legitimate investigative basis. Just a month into his administration, President Trump said he fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn for lying to Vice President Pence about his...
That was interesting. Yeah, that thing about him supposedly lying to Mike Pence all had to do with his investigation, too. So, you know, it's this... This was so dirty, and they really messed us up. Hello, Mr. Ripper. How you doing, brother?
Conversations with then Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak following the 2016 election. Later, in December 2017, Flynn pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his conversations with the ambassador during the presidential transition. Flynn has since tried to withdraw his guilty plea.
Does the fact remain that he lied?
Well, you know, people sometimes plead to things that turn out not to be crimes.
Newly unsealed documents show in early 2017 the FBI was going to close its investigation of Flynn, citing a lack of derogatory information. Then a senior FBI agent suddenly intervened.
They kept it open for the express purpose of trying to lay a perjury trap for General Flynn.
Which is what we've been talking about for the last week or so, that they closed the case, then they left it open so they could see if they could get him to lie. And it's in the notes. It's damning as all hell. And people are still, the thing, well, we'll get into the Twitter part of it later.
The reversal comes after multiple public statements from President Trump, who has said Flynn was treated unfairly.
He was targeted by the Obama administration.
Former FBI Director...
And he was, part of the problem was he had friction with the Obama administration when he was part of the Obama administration. And he disagreed with them on some things and was vocal about it. And they wanted, I can't remember if he got fired or what, but they had bad blood with the Obama administration. So obviously when he's coming to work for Trump next, seems as though they had their target.
James Comey, fired by President Trump for his handling of the Russia case, tweeted Thursday, the Justice Department has lost its way. A charge echoed by Democrats.
Pete, you got to say that a little bit louder. I see you on the chat there. Gonna get this out of the way now. Drinking bug spray will not protect you from murder hornets. Oh, now here's the Democrats. Here's some of the Democrats. FTG to James Comey. FTG. Remember when he was bragging about sending the agents into the White House without, because the White House it's so early and organized, they can just kind of get away with whatever they wanted to get away with. Guess that was interviewing Michael Flynn. Holy moly, these people are just shameless. And
Administration.
Former FBI Director James Comey, fired by President Trump for his handling of the Russia case, tweeted Thursday.
Oh, the DOJ has lost its way.
The Justice Department has lost its way.
But wait, look at the rest of the statement he tweeted. But career people, please stay because America needs you. The country is hungry for honest, competent leadership. Oh, James Comey, you dirty bastard.
Thursday, the Justice Department has lost its way. A charge echoed by Democrats.
The president has his attorney general, the hand of the president, doing his political work, his personal
Oh, really? Really? Now, Senator, there's been a lot of new information that's come out in the last couple weeks. You might want to brush up on some of that. I think you just might want to get caught up because there's a whole lot of notes and things that tell you exactly what they were doing. Oh, this is gonna get ugly. And boy, with John, I can't wait for John Durham to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's hear what the rest of Bar here.
Told CBS News he didn't discuss the decision with President Trump. Are you doing the president's bidding in General Flynn's case?
No, I'm doing the law's bidding. I'm doing my duty under the law as I see it.
When history looks back on this decision, how do you think it will be written?
Well, history's written by the winners, so it largely depends on.
No, history's written by Democrats.
But I think a fair history would say it was a good decision because it upheld the rule of law.
Although, here's the thing. This is just the tip of the iceberg, I think. Oh, lots of evidence is about to come out. Hey, I don't know if they talk about it anywhere in here, but remember Adam Schiff? You know him? Shifty Schiff, Adam Schiff. Apparently those notes that from the transcripts from the interviews from the congressional investigation into the Russian meddling scandal or lack thereof. So apparently they're supposed to release those transcripts. They've been FOIA requested and everything. So, and Richard Grenell, the director of internet, I don't know whatever the DIA stands for. He's the director of some intelligence thing. You know the thing. Anyway, so those transcripts, they said, okay, the White House can't see them, but all the redactions has to be made so that there's, that there no classified information. And Richard Grenell, who's that person, has said, okay, the redaction are done. We should release them. And Schiff doesn't want to release them. And everyone's like, well, why doesn't Schiff want to release them? Well, duh, Schiff doesn't want to release them because there's probably a lot of things in there that Schiff doesn't want people hearing. But apparently, Richard Grenell said, you know what? I'll tell you what. If you don't release them, I'm going to. So now Schiff says that he's going to release them. But you know what? I think he's going to slow walk these transcripts. Maybe release one and then release another. And I think Richard Grenell's just going to say, you know what? you know what, pencil neck? I'm about to do my thing. Isn't that the bitch that left black people in jail longer than their term because of free labor? FTG Kamala, the Ugandan headhunter. That's right. Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. All right, let me finish this up here. Let's go to the next thing.
It upheld the standards of the Department of Justice, and it undid what was an injustice.
Yes.
After the decision, President Trump called Flynn an innocent man, but his fate rests with a federal judge here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, here's the thing. They've put in their filing to have this charges dropped, but the judge hasn't done it yet. That's going to be interesting to see how the judge does it. Now, one of the things in that request is they want it dismissed with prejudice, meaning that they can't bring any of this shit up again. Almost like a double jeopardy case. And we'll see if the judge grants their request as is. There's plenty of evidence that they have in the case. They put it all in the filing. It's very interesting. All right, let's finish up with Catherine Herridge here.
Who could dismiss the case, or according to one CBS News legal expert, call a hearing with all of the parties given the extraordinary circumstances. The Attorney General emphasized to CBS News that they continue to investigate other aspects of the FBI Russia probe. Okay,
so there you go. That's the CBS report, which actually Catherine Herridge, who used to be at Fox News, and she's a great, just as far as straight news journalist, and I thought her questions were appropriate there. And I don't think she tends to be real center of the road when she's interviewing different factions, so to speak. So I think she does a pretty good job. All right. Next thing, apparently Obama knew. Obama knew. That should be the end of the sentence. Obama knew. But apparently Obama knew about wiretapped Flynn phone calls, according to a former top official who claimed it in the declassified documents. Uh-oh. Obama knew. A former top Department of Justice official alleged in newly released documents on Thursday that former President Barack Obama knew about the details of a wiretap phone call between the then incoming National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and then Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. Fox News' Greg... Okay, they cut his name off. Greg Ree reported. Anyway, on January 5th, 2017, then Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates attended an Oval Office meeting with the then FBI Director James Comey, then Vice President Joe Biden, then CIA Director John Brennan, and then Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. Oh my gosh, the gang was all there. According to the newly declassified documents, including an FD 302 FBI witness report, they were discussing Russian election interference along with National Security Advisor Susan Rice and other members of the National Security Council. After the briefing, Obama asked Yates and Comey to, quote, stay behind, and said he had learned of the information about Flynn and his conversation with Russia's ambassador about sanctions. Obama specified that he did not want any additional information on the matter, but was seeking information on whether the White House should be treating Flynn any differently given the information. Washington Examiner's Brian York noted that the former National Security Advisor Susan Rice had noted in a declassified memo to herself that she and then Vice President Joe Biden were also in that meeting. Oh, the tangled webs we weave. Woo! Rice memo stated, quote, at that point, Yates had no idea what the president was talking about, but figured it out based on the conversation. Yates recalled the Comey mentioning the Logan Act, but can't recall if he specified whether there was an investigation. Comey did not talk. Now, that's wild too, because Comey mentioning the Logan Act, that's what they were threatening Michael Flynn with, the Logan Act, for talking to Kislyak, who in the position of an incoming National Security Advisor, getting up to date on with certain foreign individuals is not on the line by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, it's impossible to be alone and together. They are all alone, not alone together, which is impossible. Well, there you go, Cairo. How you doing, my brother? So anyway, the Daily Wire reported that the documents were released as the DOJ dropped the case against Flynn. Court documents released Thursday, obtained exclusively by the Associated Press, revealed the DOJ decided to drop the case after a considered review of all the facts and circumstances of this case, including newly discovered and disclosed information. The court documents further revealed that the DOJ concluded that the ill-fated FBI interview of Flynn on January 24th, 2017 was untethered to and unjustified by the FBI's counterintelligence investigation into Mr. Flynn and conducted without any legitimate investigative basis. So there you go. Let's see here. I think we already just Trump's. Yeah, we already got Trump's statement on it. Here's some typical analysis that you're going to get from the mainstream media on this. And this is what I have to laugh about a little bit, because they're just so insistent on being resistant. You see what I did there? Oh, by the way, I didn't even Cairo, hello, by the way. I talked to you, but I didn't even say hi. How you doing? And Duck Dog, what's up? I'm going for some cough medicine right now. Yeah, I need that too. That's my cough medicine is right here. And it is delicious. Wait, before I read this, let's chill. I didn't do my shill. Thank you everybody for being here, by the way. I think we've got, how many people got here today? We're up to 32. That's pretty good. But we can always make it bigger. I'd love it when there's 50, 60, 70 people here. And I've only had 70 people here once. But that's okay. We're working on it. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of The Morning Night Live. This show is sponsored by viewers like you. Support the show with your donations and have your super chats read live on the show. Click the link there in the chat. There's two of them. One says super chat and one says this show. Those work. Also, please share the stream. Now, and as far as the donations and super chats, I'm not that. If you're able, great. If you're not, great. Because I know times are tough for a lot of people. Hey, Larry, how you doing? I said hey to hey, Larry. Hey, Larry to hey, Larry. But you can support the show by sharing the stream out on social media. If you're on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, all those things, just by hitting that share arrow down there. Just that, hit that arrow and a couple more clicks and I'll send that out to other people who might be interested. Also, please, if you like what we do, hit the like button. I'll remind you on the way out, but if you like it in the middle of the show, you can do it in the middle of the show too. That tells me a lot. All right. And then also, if you're watching on a replay, please throw a comment in the comment section so that I know you were here. Alrighty then. Let's get into how mainstream media is going to cover this. And this one is, I don't know how to read this one. Well, it's kind of descriptive yet like tries to hint how you should think about it. Let's just go into this article in Politico. Barr reignites charge he is conducting Mueller cleanup for Trump. Now, the Mueller team, oh my gosh, they may have some problems too, because a lot of this new exculpatory information on Michael Flynn, or at least the information that shows the FBI was being lying, cheating bastards. I don't know if there's any other way to describe them. A lot of that stuff they got from the Mueller team, from the special counsel's office. Remember, we were talking about this the other day, that a lot of these pages that they're getting with some of the notes, the notes are stamped from the special, it's called the SCO, Special Counsel's Office, date and time stamp. So that special counsel had all this information and still proceeded on some of these things. It's amazing how they, all of a sudden, these things were, you guys could have seen this shit a long time ago. Good morning, Matt Fields. How you doing? Oh, thank you, Johnny Hellcat. What's up? I didn't hear the noise that comes with it. But anyway, Johnny Hellcat says in the super chat for $5.99. Here, I'm going to replay it, see if it works. There we go. We got a little Chris Farley dancing going there. Looking hot too, Chris Farley doing his Chippendales thing. Okay, Johnny Hellcat says, after a bit of conflict with my previous landlord, I finally got a majority of my deposit back. Now it's time for work for the weekend. All right, Johnny Hellcat, that's good news. Boy, I tell you what. I don't even know if I should even talk about this, because my Lady Boomer and I have recently been landlords. We own a small condo that we used to rent out that used to belong to my father-in-law, and we're having a little conflict with our former tenants because they cost us a little extra money than they should have based on some things they did that we got fined for. So they're probably gonna keep some of their deposit. I don't know. Anyway, that's personal business. Anyway, good morning, Katie the Skate. How you doing? Thank you again, Johnny Hellcat, and also Cryptic, who did the super chat before. All right, Barr ignites. Okay, here we go. The Attorney General has launched an investigation into the Russian probe's origins, intervened in Roger Stone's case, and moved to dismiss Michael Flynn's case. Okay, is that something he should be doing? Especially the Russia probe's origins, which seem to be a little shady. Anyway, for a moment, the fear around Attorney General William Barr had begun to die down. Here, I'm going to make this smaller so it's easier for you to see if you're reading along. With his decision to abandon the prosecution of President Donald Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, Barr reignited accusations that he has spent his year plus as head of the Justice Department working to dismantle and discredit Special Counsel Robert Mueller's probe, injecting Trump-friendly political considerations into criminal case decisions along the way. Well, what if... Okay, so let's say that he is working to dismantle and discredit Special Counsel Robert Mueller's probe. Is that a bad thing? Isn't that... What if it needs to be dismantled, discredited? What if it is... What if the Robert Mueller probe has no credibility based on how it began and the results that it came up with after 2.5 years, $30+ million to come up with, there was no collusion. There's no evidence of collusion. Well, we knew there was no evidence of collusion before you started the probe. And wait till we're going to talk about Rod Rosenstein one of these days. Rod Rosenstein. I think Rod, if you're watching the show, probably not, but if you are, you got some problems, brother. I'm just saying. It was a charge that had temporarily receded from the headlines as the coronavirus raced around the globe. Oh, they're admitting the coronavirus raced around the globe and not just here? Shocker.
That's right.
There you go, Matt Fields. You need to hear one of those. Pushing aside concerns that had exploded in February when Barr intervened to water down a sentencing recommendation in another high-profile Mueller case, Roger Stone. The move rattled the department. 4 Stone prosecutors quit the case and 1 left the government altogether. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. While the president cheered on Barr, the situation deteriorated so quickly that Barr publicly urged Trump to stop commenting on DOJ cases, even issuing what sounded like a veiled threat to resign if he didn't. I thought that was a smart move by Barr. Thursday brought those tensions roaring back into the headlines. Barr had once again stepped into a Mueller case on behalf of a close Trump ally. Once again, the lead prosecutor quit the case instead of going along with Barr's decisions. Once again, Justice Department officials were exasperated and disheartened. Well, maybe. The gentleman that quit the case quit 2 other cases and also might have put himself in jeopardy by not supplying the full discovery of documents. The judge was pissed off at this what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name. It'll probably be in this article. But the attorney that was working for the Justice Department prosecuting Michael Flynn did not produce the discovery documents. And some of them were exculpatory. And so the judge had already basically told the United States government, the Justice Department, that they're treading on thin ice. And I wouldn't be surprised if they would have been cited for contempt for not producing the documents that the defense was requesting, because they're all part of discovery. So, known as the Brady documents, basically. They're called Brady documents. And Justice Department officials were exasperated and disheartened. Really? Maybe. I don't know why. For many within the department, it was another day that fueled the view that the president's friends and supporters were winning favors unavailable to the vast majority of criminal defendants. If the FBI tries to railroad you, that's not available to other defendants. I think maybe it should be. Oh my God, I can't even. Already, Barr had faced blowback over his summary of Mueller's findings. His summary of Mueller's findings were perfectly accurate. I still have to figure out what they're bitching about that summary. Anyway, later Barr weathered criticism for his decision to launch a wide-ranging probe into the origins of the election year probe of Trump and his aides. Each step, the Attorney General detractors argue, undercut the department's independence and bolsters suspicion that DOJ leadership is simply catering to Trump's desires. Or maybe they just want to get it right. Huh? Do you ever think of that? Barr insisted Thursday night that he was not dragging politics into his decisions, suggesting that now, and also this is subtle. They make these little statements so that they can put a bug in your ear that he is being political. But anyway, Barr insisted Thursday night that he's not dragging politics into his decisions, suggesting the real bias at work was against Flynn, who had pleaded guilty in 2017 to lying to FBI agents in an interview about his conversations with the Russian ambassador. Oh, that's right. The conversation, the interview, whatever, that wasn't done under oath, that wasn't done even to Flynn's knowledge of being part of an investigation. They were just having a little chit chat, just curious. And since Flynn knew they already had a transcript of the conversation, he didn't think much of it. It's like, why are you talking to me? We already have the transcript. You know you do. You lying, cheating bastards. Okay. Good morning, Maniac Man. I want to make sure that we restore confidence in the system. There's only one standard of justice, Barr told CBS News. It's sad that nowadays these partisan feelings are so strong that people have lost any sense of justice. Asked if he was doing Trump's bidding, Barr said, "I'm doing the law's bidding." Yeah. Oh, thank you, Matt Fields, with the $5 super chat. Obama knew. Yes, Obama knew. You missed that part, Matt. You're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to go back and watch a little bit earlier in the show. We talked about how Obama knew about the Flynn tapes. They knew about Flynn's conversation with Kislyak. He was in a room. Here's the people who were in the room when he was discussing it: Vice President Biden, James Clapper, James Comey. Who was the other one? It was. I can't remember the last one. I'll have to go back to another article. Well, you can look. You'll have to watch the earlier part of the show on replay. You'll find it. Anyway, the proclamation that I'm doing the law's bidding rang hollow to numerous Justice Department employees. Really? Okay. So how many? Okay. There seems to be a different set of rules for political appointees, said one longtime DOJ official who spoke on condition of anonymity. I was surprised. I didn't think it would end like this and this quickly. Oh, gee. An anonymous source? I wonder if it was Rod Rosenstein. Could have been. The official said Barr's move was another signal to career officials that their work could be readily upended for political reasons. Or for the fact that the FBI fucked up. I think that's more likely. It's more demoralizing than anything else, the DOJ official said. One Justice Department lawyer added, "It's deeply disheartening to see politics infect justice. It's everywhere now under Barr." Really? Maybe you're just not used to being fair to the people on the right. Shh. I didn't say that too loud, did I? Another line prosecutor. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, while the longtime prosecutor on the Flynn case, Brandon Van Grack, withdrew shortly before the government moved to dismiss the case, department officials said Van Grack would remain in his post overseeing foreign agent cases. Yeah, he's the one who made the deal with Flynn's prior attorneys to get the guilty plea. And Flynn's prior attorneys didn't turn over all the file to his new attorney. I wonder why that is. That's so weird that the former attorneys who were representing somebody wouldn't turn over the entire file. I wonder if it has anything to do with Eric Holder being one of the partners in the firm. Anyway, some lamented that there was not already a more dramatic response to Barr's action. Let's see. Quote. Here's a quote for you. This moment represents the full collapse of an apolitical Justice Department, an astonishing assault on the rule of law, and in a functional DOJ, it would prompt mass resignation. Former intelligence community lawyer Susan Hennessy wrote on Twitter. I responded to her, and I said, you may want to. It seems like you haven't followed this case very closely. You may want to get caught up. While current justice officials appeared publicly mum, former officials were blunt about their views. Oh, and then they get a quote from Andrew McCabe. Aren't we special? Andrew McCabe, who was part of this deal. Of course, they get... Oh my God. Former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, who arranged the critical interview with Flynn in January 2007, ridiculed Barr's conclusion that there was no valid basis to talk to the then National Security Advisor about his contacts during the transition with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. Quote, the department's position that the FBI had no reason to interview Mr. Flynn pursuant to its own counterintelligence investigation is patently false and ignores the considerable national security risk his contacts raise, McCabe said in a statement. Today's move by the Justice Department has nothing to do with the facts or the law. It is pure politics designed to please the president. Au contraire. Mon frere. The FBI was already going to drop this. They already had the information they need to drop it, and then they decided to pursue it. And Comey decided to send some people up into the White House without talking to White House counsel, without advising Flynn that he could be in jeopardy if he said something wrong, without the benefit of having a lawyer with him within this interview. Yeah, give me a break. Not all Justice Department veterans were critical of Barr's action. Former prosecutor Saul Weisenberg said the Attorney General was correct to conclude that Flynn's interview was not part of any legitimate inquiry. This is certainly part of the Mueller investigation that needs undoing, Weisenberg wrote on Twitter. I did not see that one. However, some attorneys warned that Barr's conclusion that the FBI had no valid reason to interview Flynn in January 2017 would lead to a flood of second-guessing and future false statement cases, effectively making them more difficult to prosecute. Really? Are they all the same? Does the FBI always try to, quote, get them to lie, end quote? Well, if that's the case, if you're trying to get people to lie, maybe you should want to make those cases a little more difficult. Are we supposed to automatically trust all the FBI agents, or are there any bad apples in your department? I'm just curious. Barbara McQuaid, a U.S. attorney in Michigan under President Barack Obama. Oh, an Obama official called the DOJ argument tortured, arguing it will come back to bite prosecutors forevermore. Oh, I know that you're worried about that. Okay, I think I've exhausted what I really wanted to get out of this article, but you get the idea how they're spinning it, or how some people are spinning it. Now, someone mentioned that we're going to hear from Michael Flynn, either interview-wise or in general. Well, Lindsey Graham to the rescue. Now, you never know if Lindsey Graham's ever really going to follow through on anything, but Lindsey Graham says Michael Flynn will be invited to testify about the Trump-Russia case. Great, because now there's no gag order on Michael Flynn. This should be, if they actually do it, this should be very interesting. I wonder if the House will try to interview Michael Flynn. I'm curious. Oh well, we'll find out. I can't imagine a Flynn testimony being good for the people in the resistance? I don't know. Wait a minute. What? Wait, who said that? Who said that? Let me scroll up here. Was it, where are you there? It was not Dog. With that make Eric Holder a lion dog-faced buffalo soldier. A buffalo soldier left in America. Anyway, someone mentioned Obama. Oh, and my sound effect didn't work. Damn, that's embarrassing. All right, let's see here. The country may soon hear testimony from retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn about his experience being swept up in an FBI Trump-Russia investigation. Senator Lindsey Graham, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, said he plans to invite the former Trump National Security Advisor to appear before the panel as soon as the case against him is dismissed. Now, because it's not officially dismissed yet, the Department of Justice has said they were going to drop their case, saying that there's no way they could win a case of that style. And that's the other thing; they would not have won the case, I don't think, if the thing is, they still were fighting with whether or not the judge was going to allow him to withdraw his plea. So that's interesting. We will be pursuing the Flynn investigation and try to explain how it got off the rails, starting with offering General Flynn a chance to come to the committee and tell the country what it was like to go through this, the South Carolina Republican said on Fox News late Thursday. Flynn pleaded guilty in 2017 to lying to the FBI about his conversations with Russia's ambassador of the United States, but later declared his innocence and argued he was set up by the FBI. The Justice Department filed to dismiss criminal charges against Flynn on Thursday, leaving it up to a federal judge overseeing the case to make the final determination on whether to dismiss it. The Justice Department said in a court filing that after reviewing the newly disclosed materials, it had agreed with Flynn's attorneys that his interview with the FBI should never have taken place because his conversation with the Russian envoy were entirely appropriate. So there you go. All right. So that's my I got through my list today. That's pretty good. All right. I'm going to let's go check. Here, let me close a couple of windows here and we're going to check we'll check the Twitter. I want to check the Twitter because the people on Twitter talking about this are, oh shoot, I just shut the funk off. Oh no, that's terrible. Well, let's try this again. Hang on a second. I closed the wrong window. All right. So talk about yourself for a moment while I fix the funk. Here we go. Let's go this. We'll go instrumentals. Let's go from the top here. And it's back. I feel much better now. I feel real. I feel alive. I feel refreshed. All right, let's go into the Twitters though, because oh goodness, now this is interesting. Trump depression is trending #1. What the hell does that mean? Well, let's go in the Explore tabs. Let's see what's on the Explore tab today. Will it be Solar Opposites now streaming on Hulu? Apparently, there's a new cartoon out. Looks very Rick and Morty-ish to me. At least the graphics, the cartoon style. That's interesting, but I don't know anything about it. So if you're interested, go check that out. Coronavirus updates for the United States is also up here on the main page here. Let's see what the Surgeon General has to say.
The COVID-19 pandemic has shined a light on many unseen heroes. Our brave health workforce, first responders, and volunteers who are making a difference in their communities. That list also includes the countless public servants aiding our response. And I've never been more proud of the work each and every one of you do.
Very good.
During Public Service Recognition Week, we want to thank you for all that you're doing day in and day out as part of our recovery efforts. Keep up the great work.
All right, well, thank you, Attorney General. I don't even know his name, but I swear to God, it's almost as though he were related to Mike Tyson. He doesn't quite have that quiet lisp going, but every time I hear him, I go, Mike? Anyway, let's see. City of San Antonio has an update. The new COVID-19 mobile testing site is coming to the far west side of San Antonio on May 9th and 10th. Those seeking testing must register for an appointment in advance by visiting texascovidtests.org or whatever. So, City of El Paso, they're doing stuff. Light up your porch. Oh, here we go. Don't forget to light up your porch, windows, balconies with any kind of light at 7:30 p.m. to support our medical professionals, first responders, and essential workers working to aid our residents during the COVID-19 pandemic. Unite with Light El Paso. Okay, so El Paso's, they're going to honor their medical professionals. Mayor Adler Valls. It's all Texas stuff. There's Ron DeSantis. Today, I'm announcing Florida's partnership with a brand new long-term care facility dedicated to providing quality care for COVID-19 patients. Tune in at 11 a.m. Also, apparently, Laura Ingraham said something nice about DeSantis, discussing Florida's data-driven approach to flattening the curve and protecting our most vulnerable residents. So anyway, usually they have the numbers on here, but obviously they don't, so I'm going to skip that. Let's get into the trends for the day, though. And for whatever reason, Donald Trump is trending number one, or at least, it's always Trump or something related to Trump usually. But today it's Trump depression, though. That's an interesting one to be trending number one. Let's find out what the hell this is about. Oh, I get it. They're saying that the economic downturn due to this virus has to do with Trump depression. I don't know, is Donald Trump's fault? Okay, whatever. Democrats, mayors, and governors place their constituents under house arrest and force them into unemployment and onto welfare. Democrats on Twitter. Trump depression. John Fusselgang. What do Barack Obama and Fred Trump have in common? Donald Trump wrecked everything he inherited from them both. Fuck you. Holy shit. Brooklyn Dad Defiant, who is Trump derangement syndrome central. 1.2 million COVID-19 cases, 75,000 deaths, 34 million unemployed. It was all avoidable? Bullshit. Holy shit. I'm going to ask, what magic action and when would that magic action have been taken? Okay. It's all avoidable. Look around the world, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, you fucking moron. Do not, by the way, by the way, people I talk to about on Twitter, please do not interact with them in my name. If you have to comment on their tweets, make it from you, not from me. I have nothing to do with it. Please don't mention me in your tweets to other people. But feel free. I have no problem if you have issues with them, but they got to be your issues with them and not mine. I'll take care of them myself here and there. But what an asshole! Even the Democrats aren't blaming me for the Trump depression. You haven't been listening. We do blame you because you lied and denied until it was too late. Okay, you give me a date, dipshit. Give me a date. Record 20.5 million Americans job lost in April. Unemployment rate soars to 14.7. Yeah, that's got to end. Well, yeah, you can write that over and over and over. But what's the solution to that? CNN, who puts that out on their top news. What's the solution? Well, I got an idea. How about we let people go back to work and figure out how to do it in a safe way with social distancing, whatever you got to do. But hey, let people go back to work and that many people won't be unemployed. This is, you guys said, all you fuckers said, listen to the experts. Well, this is what the experts told us to do. How's it working out? Okay, if the experts told us to do that, then that's what we did. And is that wrong now? Isn't that what the experts said we should do? Make up your minds, people. And then you say, oh, this is all on President Trump. Well, it's president on you guys. Oh, E. Michael, you're so funny. PSA, start all tweets. PDawg Knight did not send me over here. Yeah, I will. Ooh. You're looking for a size 14 enema. Thank you, James Colley. Oh, Lord. All right. Amy Vanderpool. I can't remember where she's from. She's some kind of... Didn't she used to... Okay, she's from The Independent, but she's another TDS person. If you're working to defeat Trump and the GOP in 2020, I would ask that you retweet this far and wide. We need to retake the Senate sometime. Sometimes gets overlooked, but a progressive agenda is lost without it. Let's flip the Senate. No! I'm not voting for anyone that you would vote for. Sorry, Amy, you're a moron. Brian Dawson. Trump said even Democrats don't blame him for the Trump depression hashtag. Remember the economic crises and 80,000 deaths from Ebola or H1N1 during Obama. You fucking assholes. They're completely different things. H1N1, the only reason we didn't have 80,000 deaths because it wasn't nearly as deadly. Because Obama fucked that up royally. And even when it came into the fall and they said they needed 160 million doses. They came up with 30 million doses. And granted, it's not directly the fault of the president when the people who make these vaccines fail, but he didn't even declare it an emergency until 5 months into it. So, and so it's a completely different animal. Had he done that same thing with this particular one, it might be a different story. But this is a different disease. You can't... Oh, this is so tiresome. So tiresome. And Miss Krasenstein, which is Brian Krasenstein and his uglier twin brother, tweeting under the name of one of their wives, if you still don't believe that the Trump administration is a complete fraud, then here is your video proof of Mike Pence caught in the act. You are the swamp, Donald Trump. What is this of? Okay, let's see what Jimmy Kimmel puts on here.
Here he is with no mask on, wheeling boxes of PPEs into a healthcare center and doing his best to lift them. What a hero. Just barely in the door. And since it was going so well, and also because he didn't realize he had a mic on, Magic Mike decided to keep it going. Listen in closely here.
Oh, let's see.
Mike Pence pretending to carry empty boxes of PPEs into a hospital is the perfect metaphor for who he is.
Well. Also filling up lines with people who work in the clinic to make it look like your testing center is not all that cool too. You know, right. If they want to do camera, what do you call those? A photo op. Yeah, he probably should have had his mic off, but who cares? Anyway, T-Pain, the Trump depression is real. Never seen anything remotely this bad. Economics experts floored. The Bureau, okay, so the employment, Jesus Christ. Well, gee, is it a shocker when the government says, hey, let's shut down most of the businesses in America? Is it a shocker that there's unemployment? No one should be surprised. All right, enough of that. Friday morning skipping. Friday thoughts. Let's do Friday thoughts. It is Friday, and occasionally we'll have a thought on Friday's thoughts. Clear cider on Friday thoughts. This morning on Fox, Trump claims he is a devoted student of history and he studied everything about and has based his administration actions on Richard Nixon. I guess he forgot how all that ended. Yeah, I don't know why he would have said that. I think there are certain... Look, the Nixon administration, if you take away the Watergate scandal, was a fairly successful administration. And many of the things that people love that Nixon did, like the EPA, which, you know, I'm not thrilled. Maybe at the time I understood why the EPA. You know, Nixon is the one who thought up the EPA. And signed that. And there's just several other things that Nixon did that were successful, but he kind of fucked up with that Watergate thing and getting himself some of his people caught in that. And guess what? The new version of that will be coming to a theater near you very soon. Just saying. Friday Thoughts. Split bumper vets are yes. Look at that bad boy. Love that. That is, what, a 60, I don't know what year that is. Probably a 63, 50, no, 59, 60 vet. I don't know what year that is, but that's a hot looking Corvette right there with a split bumper. Okay. Mary says, since the media won't show this type of humanity from young men that look like them, in Miami, Florida, these young men loaded up their car with food, then went to feed the homeless. Kings, heroes, brothers. You know what? Here's the problem. I agree with you 100%. Who says this? Since the media won't show this type of humanity from young men that look like them, in Miami, Florida, these young men hand out. Okay, you know what? That is actually true, because the media would rather rile you up if somebody gets shot, whether it's justified or not. That's what they want to show you. What does the media show? What does the media show you about young black men in movies? Thugs that they're not showing. What do they show? What did the media show you about young black men in music? See, it's blaming the media. Yes, I would love to see more of this. I would absolutely love to see more of this. Okay? I don't think he's what he's saying. I don't know if it really I don't think if he realizes the statement he's making here. Yes, I would love to see more of this. And because people like young men like this inspire other young men like this. That's what but the media doesn't show this, right? You're right. The media doesn't show it enough. Look at the people they're helping out. The white man, despite years of genocidal oppression, the white man has subjected the black man to. Remember, this time you think of the stereotype. You know what? I'm telling you, you're making a statement that you don't know anything about that white man. Okay? But I agree. I'd love to see more of this. I'd much rather see this than people out thugging. Interesting thought. It's not race or skin color that causes superiority. It is our humanity and kindness which determines it. Okay, Mary, whoever you are. Another Friday thought. Where's Trump's taxes? Hey, you know what? Honestly, Trump's taxes are none of your damn business. Now, just because presidential candidates have shown their taxes, there's no obligation for someone running for president to show their taxes. If he wants to, great. If he does, great. If he doesn't, I don't give a fuck. His taxes have nothing to do with you. We know that the IRS has never... the IRS has been auditing Trump every year for the last, 15, 20 years, and never has he gotten gone to jail or anything for anything. So if the IRS is satisfied, I'm satisfied. I don't care. Where's the full Mueller report? I don't know what full Mueller report you're asking about. Where are the tests anybody can get? Well, call your local state health department and they will tell you exactly where you can get those tests done. Why isn't COVID just miraculously gone away? Well, based on the information we know now that we didn't know then, I know which receiver is open in that instant replay. Why aren't the media asking these questions and others every single day to this serial liar? They kind of do. They kind of do. Oh my God, shut up. All right. Let's see here. I'm done with the thoughts. Let's move on. I run with Maud. I don't know who Maud is. Apparently something to do with fitness. Keep this in mind. Oh, that was the kid who got killed. The murder footage from February was leaked. Always remember, they didn't make the arrest because they saw the tape. They made the arrest because we saw the tape. Yeah, that's fine. Here's the thing on this. Oh wait, is this something completely different? Okay. Today we ran 2.23 miles in honor of Ahmaud Arbery, who on February 23rd was gunned down and shot by two white men in Georgia. You know what's fascinating about this? Because I was watching Hotep's Been Told You last night. My friend Hotep Jesus and Uncle Hotep, who I interact with on the internets. And I was thinking to myself, isn't it fascinating? When I saw this thing about the tape, I thought maybe this happened last week, this whole thing with Ahmaud Arbery. And I think and apparently the two gentlemen who murdered, or I say murder because it just seems like a murder to me, who killed this young man, have been arrested and are charged with murder. Now, I found it fascinating, though. This happened February 28th, a full almost 2.5 months ago, or 23rd, excuse me, February 23rd, 2.5 months ago. And why are we just hearing about it now? Because this is certainly was a big deal in Georgia, okay? But all of a sudden, someone puts the tape on Twitter and yada, 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 and all of a sudden it's a big deal. This happened on the 23rd of February. Yes, I agree he was murdered. That's my opinion, too. I talked about that the other day. Why did that information just come out yesterday? My conspiracy theory brain might say that it maybe is trying to distract from, well, I didn't know Lady Boom was out in the garden. Maybe to distract from something that was coming up from the Justice Department or just other events that were coming up. Just a distraction from, what was it? There was another big event yesterday. I'll have to think about that. But anyway, it's just so weird that it just seems to come out to get people talking about something besides Michael Flynn. Anyway, all right, so cool. People are running 2.23 miles in honor, or at least to remember, Ahmaud, what's his last name? Ahmaud Arbery. So that's kind of cool. I run with mods trending. Friday Thoughts, we see already did. VE Day. Oh, today is the 75th anniversary of Victory in Europe Day. World War II. I know that this morning Irate Bear put out a video about that. Today is the Today is the 75th anniversary of when the Nazis surrendered in World War II. This is Maria Roklina, a Soviet combat medic who survived months of deadly cold and fierce fighting while trapped in the besieged city of Stalingrad. VE Day 75. The day we have been longing for has arrived at last. The Prince of Wales reads an extract from his grandfather's King George VI diary, which describes the king's experience of VE Day on May 8, 1945. Royal family, I remember lines of unknown people linking arms and walking down Whitehall. All of us just swept along on a tide of happiness and relief. The Queen was 19 years old on VE Day. More than 30 years later, she recorded her memories for a unique BBC broadcast. That sounds interesting. You can find that one on the BBC. One more, Spitfire over Hyde Heath and Red Arrows, VE Day. Oh, they did. Oh, there you go. They did a flyover in the shape of 75. That is very cool. Spitfires over Hyde Heath and Red Arrows. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so a lot of people commemorating the 75th anniversary of VE Day. Marty, today is the day Americans won the war against Germany. All hail to the American Empire. There you go. All right, moving on. Let's see. You Are the Swamp is trending. I told you, people are mad. People are mad. Walter Schaub is a former director of Office of Government Ethics, personal account. Views are my own. Tweets are not legal advice. Wash your hands. Saying, you understand that you are the swamp, right? The swamp is a term that refers to corruption in Washington. You are far and away the most corrupt president we've ever had. Referring to Donald Trump, who tweeted earlier, drain the swamp. So if everyone likes to say to him, you are the swamp. Let's not forget an impeached swamp rat at that. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think that the last laugh is going to be anybody else's but the president's, but there you go. Apparently, Miss Krassenstein, we already read that one. Okay, so. Oh, well. Indicted. Well, these convictions, this one's going to be no conviction because it's not indicted anymore. And this one's probably going to be pardoned. And Manafort won't be pardoned. Let's see. Who else might pardon here? Maybe Roger Stone. I doubt it. But probably these four probably will all get pardons or whatever. But he's no longer indicted, at least as far as I know. All right, we get it. Everybody, the Trump haters are out in force. Jesus is the Christ is trending. Okay. I woke up and find that Jesus is the Christ was trending, and I just wanted to pop in and remind you all that Palpatine is the Senate. Okay. Jesus is the Christ, and whoever believes him will receive eternal life. Jesus is the Christ. Then Trump is the Antichrist. Yes, you can't have any hashtag without mentioning the president. Okay. I love that Jesus is the Christ trending. I know the Lord is always with me. All right, so I'm going to move that on here. Let's see here. Mike Glennon, I don't know who that is. Pete Davidson, the comedian, is trending. A closer look at the autographical. Isn't that autobiographical? Pete Davidson dramedy, The King of Staten Island. Okay. I don't care. King Bach is trending. Who's that? Me just minding my business. Twitter, fuck King Bach. Who is King Bach? And is this him? Actor, director, producer. Where's the money? The babysitter. Okay, I don't know why. All right, we're gonna move on. VE Day, we just talked about that. 14.7%. That's the unemployment rate. Rises to 14.7%, highest rate since the Great Depression. You know, to blame Trump for this is almost silly. We know that it's due to a very specific event in history that it's unlikely that we could have avoided, or even, I don't know. It was here before we even knew it. And so this has been spreading for months. And in fact, we found another place in France. They found that they found a case that may have been in November. Because we got to remember, a lot of these coronavirus cases they didn't know about, because even in China, the first case they found was in December in France, November in China. People have been traveling in and out of China all the way into February and March in some countries. So yes, this has been spreading silently until people got sick enough that some of them died. And then, because all these asymptomatic people were, here, just a second here. Anyway, so, U.S. job market suffers worst months in history. The staggering 29 million Americans lost their livelihoods in April as the spreading coronavirus shuttered stores, factories, and offices, and canceled events, and brought transit around the country to a sudden stop. Payrolls fell by 20.5 million last month, leaving 23 million unemployed. The Labor Department said Friday. Another 6.6 Americans left the workforce altogether. The nation's unemployment rate more than tripled, soaring from 14.7% from 4.4% in March, the highest since the Great Depression. Not unexpected. Not with what the government forcing us to shut everything down. All right, moving on. Naval supremacy is trending. Is this something Trump said? I'll see your naval supremacy and raise you. Lethal uprising shampoo. Tired smells like naval supremacy. Wired smells like your neck as I bury my face in it and we dance, dance, dance. Okay, I don't know what that means. What is this? Okay, wait. Are we ready for images of the best soap for men product? Okay, that's not it. What is this naval supremacy thing? Smells like naval supremacy. Oh, this is okay. This is a men's soap product. It's called D Thick. Smells like naval supremacy, and that is, people have been getting a kick out of that on the Twitters today. That's hilarious. Don't know why is that why it's trending? Are you ready for the best images of best soap for men product? But you you've ever seen. And here's the products. Thick smell. Okay, here's one. This one smells like accomplishment. This one smells like productivity. This one smells like naval supremacy. Okay, that's funny. And people are getting a kick out of it on the Twitters. All right, let's finish up here. Even the Democrats, that's trending because something Trump tweeted. We already showed you that. Victory in Europe Day and Andy Serkis. That's it for today. That's it. That is it. Oops, wrong one. Whoa, what did I do there? That's a mistake. Let's start that again. All right, let's before we go, we'll check the hashtag real quick. PDK News. If there's anything up there, might touch on it. Oh, wait. Well, oh, no. Oh, am I going to get in trouble for showing this? Esteemed members of the media, behold the invisible woman. But we can see her perfectly. Joe Biden touched me. Oh, where'd she go? Can't see her anymore. Okay, I got it. The other thing that's happening that you're going to hear about a lot this weekend is Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly has done an interview with Tara Reid. Now, there's only 3 minutes of it on the Megyn Kelly YouTube channel right now. I'm sure the full interview will be coming out in the next few days. That's the other part, though, that I wonder. Okay, so the Arbery case that happened in February all of a sudden gets a lot of play over the last couple days because someone puts that out there. Is that also distracting from Tara Reid? I don't know. It could be. Anyway, I also had a couple bookmarks here. I know I skipped some things. Just here, we'll finish with this one today because we're talking a lot about the Michael Flynn case, and Becca Farley, bless your heart, put out this thing here that Adam Schiff was saying a while back when he was on The View, and let's just savor this moment to just realize how full of Adam Schiff is. And this is how this is going to be it for today. Here it is, Adam Schiff on The View talking to Megyn.
If you look
McCain.
at the facts
Hang
that are
on
already
here,
in the
we'll
public
full screen
domain,
this
they're
and
damning. Starting with what
start
we
it
know
over.
about George Papadopoulos.
Hi, Congressman. So I think at this point in time, it's really difficult for me and many Americans to differentiate between what is overhype and what isn't. You've said on more than one occasion that you've seen ample evidence of the Trump campaign's Russia collusion. Last March, you said you had more than circumstantial evidence of treasonous collusion with Russia. What specifically were you referring to? And please be specific, because if it's true, I do believe Americans have the right to know a year later what that is.
Well, I've certainly said that there's ample evidence of collusion. I've never used the word treason.
Oh, you
Steve
haven't?
Bannon has used that word. But if you look at the facts that are already in the public domain, they're pretty damning. Starting with what we know about George Papadopoulos, one of the few foreign policy advisors to the campaign. We now know that Papadopoulos was approached by the Russians and told back...
We now know that George Papadopoulos was not approached by the Russians. He was approached by an Australian, and the other guy, I don't know where he's from, but no Russians approached Papadopoulos. Somebody else did. So, Adam Schiff...
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Moving on.
April of the election year, even before the Clinton campaign knew that the Russians had stolen Clinton and DNC emails.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
We don't know that the Russians stole Clinton and DNC emails. In fact, what emails of Clinton's were stolen that we know about? Because that wasn't even part of the deal. But I shall go on.
And we also know that they previewed their dissemination, the anonymous dissemination of those emails with Papadopoulos.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
No, we don't, because George Papadopoulos never saw them. No, you making up shit, Schiff?
Back in April. Now, it was only weeks later that the Russians made a second approach to the Trump campaign, this time at the highest levels at Trump Tower, in a meeting that they previewed by saying that they wanted to offer.
And now,
you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
We know that the people who approached the campaign at Trump Tower were not representing the Russians.
Incriminating information about Hillary.
Is it enough for Mueller to bring charges? Because if it isn't enough for Mueller to bring charges, what does that mean?
Well, what it means,
charges
and
of collusion.
This is a very important question, and that is what's Mueller's job and what's our job. Bob Mueller will make the decision whether there is proof beyond a reasonable doubt to indict and convict people.
Right.
It is not his responsibility to tell the country what happened.
Oh, is that what what Congress's role is?
Will ever learn what Bob Mueller finds apart from an indictment. It's the job of the Congress to tell the American people what happened.
Oh, it's their job to tell the American people what happened. Well, I guess we're still finding out things that happened, and I don't think that it's going to look good for Congressman Schiff. But we'll see. It's the story that's ongoing forever and ever, and that's how it goes. All right, that's it for today, people. I gotta go, but thank you so much for being here at the Morning Night Live. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT for my friends around the world who use GMT. And before you go, make sure you hit the like button on the way out, because that just tells you that you like me. You really, really like me. And if you can also share the stream out, hit the share arrow. If you're watching after the fact, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you'd like to donate to the channel just to keep it going and help me buy some new equipment so I have fewer sound problems, you can do that through the Streamlabs link in the description down below. Or you can do Venmo, also at PDawg.live. Or and if you do Streamlabs, I will read your comments on the air as we go. Thank you again to Matt Fields, Johnny Hellcat, and Cryptic for the super chats today. Greatly appreciate it to you. You helped keep it going. And also to the chat. You know what? It's not as fun without you, and I'm so glad you come by often. Some of you here almost every day, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.